Good evening and happy Friday. I'm student meteorologist Sammy Squires.
And I'm student meteorologist Sarah Converse.
Well, today turned out to be a pretty nice day, actually.
It was really nice out. I enjoyed going outside. It was not too cold and not too hot.
Yeah, it was definitely a comfortable temperature. I tried to sit out by my pool. I had a tank top on and shorts, and I was like, oh, I'm cold. The clouds started to roll in, but it was actually a fairly nice day out.
Yes, it was. I was happy when I took my hoodie off. I was like, yes, finally, I can put this hoodie away. I hate wearing that hoodie.
And it's nice waking up in the morning, too, and having fairly nice temperatures out, depending on what time your class is.
Yeah, if you have those 8 a.m. and it's like really cold outside, I don't even want to leave my bed when it's that cold.
Very true, very true. Well, we have a front coming this weekend, so you may not want to leave your bed on Sunday because there is a fair amount of rain coming our way.
Yes.
So we will get that full forecast to come throughout the whole show.
Yeah, so make sure you keep those jackets out because it's coming.
Make sure you have a rain jacket if you're planning on going anywhere on Sunday, or if you're like me doing homework inside.
Yeah.
Staring at the rain.
That's probably going to be me. I have so much homework.
It's okay. All students here.
Yes, the struggle of student life.
Yep. And yeah, plenty of cloud coverage for the next few days too. We have the Miami game tomorrow, which we'll get a forecast for that as well. But for now, we are going to go out with Dylan with that overview. Now, Dylan, what do you have for us?
I'm here on the roof of the Love Building, and if you notice from yesterday, these skies are a lot different than they were yesterday. Michael was here, and he was flapping around in the wind. Now my tie's actually flapping around in the wind because those skies are not clear and blue. They are dark and gray. Not going to bring any rain tonight, luckily, so things are looking better, but all that sky cover picked up over last night and into today, and we saw all those clouds rush into our area. They're going to stick around for the most of the weekend. But coming up on today's show, we're actually going to answer last night's trivia question. So for you folks wondering what the answer to our trivia question is, you'll find out right after this segment. And then later on in the show, Michael, who was on the roof yesterday, is actually going to wrap up Severe Weather Awareness Week in Florida, and he's going to talk about fire weather and extreme temperature weather. We had some of that in Tallahassee this month with some cool, really cold temperatures. We got to freezing a dozen of times this month, so we'll talk about that. Though we aren't going to see any freezing temperatures as we get into this week, there's a possibility of one day this week we'll see that freezing temperatures, but you'll see the 7-day forecast later on in today's show. Other things to talk about this weekend is the versus FSU basketball game, and if you're heading out there to go watch that, going out to the game, it's going to be decently nice. You're still going to see this cloud cover, but you're going to start to see rain after the game, so make sure you bring your raincoat when you're leaving the game when the Noles inevitably beat But right now, I'm actually going to take it back to the studio for you guys to really take it in and show us the show.
Well, thank you, Dylan. So we are going to talk about the trivia from yesterday. So that question was, when is the start of the East Pacific hurricane season? Your options were May 1st, May 15th, June 1st, and June 15th. And the answer is May 15th. So we had a pretty good turnout with that trivia poll on Twitter. And make sure you keep voting on that trivia poll. We have that every week. And plenty of more questions to come as well. So now we are going to take it back with Michael to get a full look at your local forecast. Michael, what do we have?
Thanks, Sammy. So you've already saw by Dylan's live shot that was overcast. It is overcast. It's 66 degrees right now. And in my opinion, it's actually really good for golf. Shout out to Jake and Matt for hanging out at Seminole today. And humidity is actually on the increase, as well as that dew point that shows you that the moisture is on the increase. But let's start out with our lows this morning. The air was still dry, so we were able to cool down really quickly. We actually got to the freezing mark in Tallahassee today at 32. 36 in Quincy and 36 in Bainbridge. There's that cloud cover I was talking about coming from the Gulf. There's a developing low down here in the southern Gulf of Mexico that's going to continue to develop over the next few days, and that will really increase our rain chances on Saturday, late Saturday, and well into Sunday. The winds are from the east, and they're very light at 5 miles per hour, but the reason why we have these east winds is we have high pressure situated in the Carolinas, so that's that east wind happening right now. Dew points are higher than this time yesterday with 49 in Tallahassee, 52 in Bainbridge. That's due to the moisture increasing in the upper levels, but these dry levels are still pretty dry, but that's going to change as we go into the next few days. For tonight, we're going to drop to 51. The cloud cover is going to act like a blanket. It's not going to cool down that much. It's a very pleasant evening for any plans you have in for tomorrow. 73 will be a high. Clouds will be on the increase. Miami game is tomorrow, so go Noles. And the rain will come after the Miami game, so be prepared for that. As we look into our 5-day forecast, you'll see that Saturday, clouds are in the increase. Sunday's looking like to be a washout with a 90% chance of rain. But with basketball being indoors, it's perfect weather for that, in my opinion. But don't worry, by Monday, we will clear out, and it will be a really nice work week ahead for us. Now let's send it off to Dylan to zoom out with a look at the Southeast.
Yeah, the Southeast, let's start with this. Last week I talked about Shane Pendleton's video where he actually froze tea outside. Well, this week we got Shane Pendleton's sky picture. Look at all these cumulus clouds. It's looking pretty nice there in Huntsville. So shout out to Shane for sending this wonderful picture. Definitely appreciate it. You can always tweet at us your photos and you might see them on the show. Hey, but satellite radar, as Michael showed, high pressure was sitting on top of us the last couple of days. That's moved out. Now we got this developing low that's being the catalyst for this front that's coming across the southeast. Look at all this upper level cloud and some low level showers. That's really going to make its way towards us. That's why we have all this cloud cover. You see this color of the clouds? You saw my look live outside? Yeah, it's the same color. It's definitely looking like that. These showers are going to start to make its way towards our area into Saturday afternoon and Sunday day. It's just going to be a washout Sunday for us here in Tallahassee. But as we look at our current conditions around the area, the only two suns, actually there's a moon in Wilmington. The only two suns right now are Montgomery and Tupelo. The rest seeing cloudy, so it's not the best sky conditions. You're not going to see any beautiful sunsets if you're not in Montgomery, Tupelo, and Wilmington. But if you are in Tallahassee, you can see all those clouds. Hey, if you like clouds, cloud lovers, you're going to see some great clouds. I mean, it's definitely great. But look at our current winds. You see really where that high pressure is. You're going to see where the front's really making its presence already felt. See these winds coming out of the south. That's ahead of the front as this front's starting to make its way eastward, inching its way over to us. You're going to see these winds shift from the east to the south and then to the west. We're just going halfway around the circle, doing 180 degrees. For a 24-hour temperature change, you're going to see a bit of a warm-up. You see these temperatures were only 5 degrees warmer, nothing too significant for the rest of the southeast. That's because there's not a lot of moisture. But look, you see those not a lot of temperature change, but behind the front you can see some blues already start to peek its way in. So when it comes to us, hey, we'll see those blues, not these oranges. We don't want it to warm up. It's winter. You want the cold weather, don't you? But here's a different story. Look at this dew point. This is insane. Look how much the dew point has gone up. That moisture from the Gulf driving it. We have pinks. Pinks, that's insane. That's an insane amount of moisture. 32 in Abilene, 32 in Shreveport, 24 degrees in Tallahassee. For you chapstick people, you're going to have to put it away. You're going to put it away for today, and then you're going to have to pull it out, though, because high pressure is going to come back. You already see the blue behind it. That indicates a drop in the dew point, so things are going to drop once the high pressure takes over after the front's passing on Sunday and into Monday. But for now, it's looking pretty comfortable. We're not seeing those 30-degree dew points. We're actually seeing those 50s and 60s, so it's not too bad out there. For tonight, you're going to see relatively warm temperatures with all this cloud cover, as Michael pointed out. You're not going to cool as quickly. The radiation tries to leave the ground and cool us off, but those clouds go no, slap it back down, and we warm up here, so you're not going to see those 30 degrees like we saw today in Tallahassee. You're only going to see 50. For them, into tomorrow, though, you're going to see, is this right? There's not a single sunshine, so for you people that love picnics tomorrow, it's not going to be the best day out there. You already see the rain pop up in places like Little Rock, Shreveport, New Orleans, Tupelo, Montgomery, and possibly us into the late afternoon following the basketball game. So suns are not in the forecast for tomorrow, but for Sunday, look at this. Little Rock's got some sun. Shreveport's got some sun peeking out, so this front's going to start making its way, and you see rain for basically the entirety of the southeast. You actually have some thunderstorm possibilities down in Florida, so be aware of the severe possibility of thunderstorms. But you see some rain taking really mostly the southeast. Not a beautiful weekend. This is the kind of weekend you stay indoors, you watch some Netflix, you just chill and just have a good time, play, get in your pajamas, stay in bed. It's not the best outdoors weekend, but it's definitely a good weekend. Nothing too crazy, no extreme weather, no extreme temperatures. It's a nice front. But right now, actually, we're going to send it back to Michael to finish up Severe Weather Awareness Week.
Thanks, Dylan. I'm here in the lab to wrap up Severe Weather Awareness Week for us. Today's topic is temperature extremes and wildfires. Now, extreme heat is going to come eventually. We are approaching the summer months soon, so Florida actually is prone to extreme heat. But the reason why it feels so extreme, we're surrounded by water. That water adds humidity into the air, and it can feel oppressive in the summer months. We call it the dog days of summer for a reason. So that's why we always stress, drink plenty of water and keep yourself hydrated. Otherwise, you're going to get heat exhaustion, dehydration, and heat strokes. And also, don't forget about your kids. A lot of people in the summer forget about their kids in cars. And there's a lot of hot car deaths in the summer. So always look out for your kids when you're during the summer months. Let's go into extreme cold. I think all Floridians know extreme cold well this January. It's been brutally cold for a lot of us here in Florida. Now, it is known for extreme cold. The record here in Florida is -2 in Tallahassee, set back in 1899. Don't forget about the 5 Ps. We've been saying this so much this month. People, you want to remember about your elderly and your kids. Protect your plants. You don't want them to die from this cold. Also protect your pets. Your pets are family, so you don't want to forget about your pets. And pipes. When water are in pipes, they expand and it can lead to a lot of disasters, so don't forget about your pipes. Fire safety is the last one, and I think it's the most important one. People don't really know how to deal with fires in their home. They don't forget to open the chimney to let the smoke get out, and that's the reason. Don't forget about fire safety. And finally, we're going to go into wildfires. Wildfires happen in Florida year-round, but it actually is on the increase during this time of the year. That is due to the dry season here in Florida. We don't get those daily thunderstorms every day, so the land dries out. It becomes really good fuel for these wildfires, and prescribed fires are done by the Forestry Department every year. So it's done to control wildlife, not to control wildlife, to control growth. But wildfires are caused by humans due to arson, due to carelessness, basically. So that's with our Severe Weather Awareness Week. Now let's send it out to the wall.
Thank you, Michael. Yeah, so across the whole national forecast, we definitely get all kinds of sorts of weather like what you've talked about. But right now, the big picture is this cold front. It just passed through Colorado and into New Mexico, making the temperatures much colder. And in front of that front right now, Dallas, it is quite warm, 65 degrees. We are feeling similar temperatures here in Tallahassee, 66 degrees. And that warm spot being Miami, as usual, is around 73 degrees. So much where that cold is, it is in the 30s, high 30s, and low 40s actually. In that they are getting sorts of high pressure and plenty of sun right now. But that rain is going to come to us soon. So looking at that 24-hour temperature change, 20 degrees cooler where that cold front is just passed through. So making it very cold throughout much of that middle part of the U.S. to come through. Right now we are pretty much around our normal state for Florida. New Orleans, they are 5 degrees warmer right now. But that front is going to start making its way through Texas overnight into New Orleans for tomorrow, and they will get plenty of rain to come as well. And those current wind conditions, so outside of that front, this is where the winds are coming. They are coming from majority of the west, where the front pulled through. And in front of the front, we are seeing some winds coming up from the south. Us here in Florida, we are seeing some winds coming from the east here in Tallahassee, as well as Miami, New Orleans. That is well in front of the cold front as well. And along with those current winds, we have the cloud coverage coming through our area, so you can start to see those clouds building up. And where that front has the cloud coverage in front of it, and then it is mostly dry and pretty not cloudy behind that front. This is a system coming from the Gulf, so that's why they are getting those cloud coverage, but we will get that front coming our way along with those clouds, and even into tomorrow we are going to start to see that cloud coverage and some rain coming for your Sunday. But the satellite and radar is showing some cloud coverage along with this front right here. So this is the cloud coverage coming through, Texas starting to come, and then no cloud coverage behind the front. So we also have our warnings consisting of some drier temperatures and making it feel like fire weather. So that is something to take note of. But now we are going to take a look at tonight's forecast. We are going to be 50 degrees in Tallahassee, 67 in Miami, and those cold temperatures over in Kansas as well. But now we are going to take a look with Sarah.
Hi, so today was a beautiful day. Oh my goodness, I love today. It was perfect conditions around in the high 60s, which was wonderful out. I enjoyed going out walking to my classes, and at the end of the day I was like, oh, beautiful weather. I loved it. We're a bit cloudy right now, but pretty much it's going to act like a blanket tonight. So, satellite and radar. It started out cool from the start of the day, but as we got into around 3, 4 o'clock in that evening time, we had these clouds coming through. As we can see that moisture from that cold front coming through into our area. And also, there's a high pressure system that's still hanging over on the Carolinas, so you can kind of see that clockwise motion over here, which is shown in these winds that we're having. All these winds are coming from the east to the west, showing that clockwise motion. And since we're in that high pressure, these dew points are very moderate. In the high 40s, Tallahassee at 49, Valdosta at 49, Panama City at 51, so pretty moderate. So it's not like you're swimming through the air. And it's not too dry where you have to always have your chapstick. It's a nice, comfortable, moderate dew point. And if you're not doing anything tomorrow, I would suggest going out and supporting our FSU faculty. They're showcasing some of the art that they have. So go out there and support our faculty. It's going to be nice out. It's going to be 73 out for that afternoon. You still have 6 more days for this event, so go out there and support our faculty. And for tonight's forecast, all around in the 50s, as I said, that cloud coverage is going to act like a blanket on us. So it's going to keep those temperatures at a nice, mild temperature. So it's a nice day to go outside, walk around, enjoy the areas because tomorrow's forecast, 70. So enjoy these temperatures, really, 50s, 70s. It's so wonderful out because later on we're going to have a cold front coming through, so we'll have to bring that jacket out. So also for tomorrow, we'll have some chance of maybe some rain, so watch out for that. 20% in the afternoon, so if you're going to that basketball game, watch out as you're walking towards it. You might catch a few sprinkles as you go out there. And for the week ahead, as I said, Saturday and Sunday, we're going to have a cold front coming through, so please watch out for that. Make sure you have your umbrella. I'll make sure to bring my umbrella as I go to church. So it's going to drop after that cold front comes through in the 60s, 66, but still it's pretty good temperatures except in that morning on Tuesday, 37 degrees. Oh my goodness, I don't want to get up to class, especially if you have an 8 a.m. I have a 9, so it's not too bad. And as we go into the week, it's going to slowly warm up to 67, and then on Friday, as you can see, we're going to have another cold front come through, but don't worry about that. We'll get that as you come up and watch the show. And now I'm going to send it back to the desk.
Yeah, I don't know if you viewers at home have noticed. I don't know if you've noticed, but I've definitely noticed. I've been shocking a lot of people a lot more. Yeah,
Dylan, I shocked you last week.
I think I shocked you today.
Probably.
If you viewers at home notice that you're shocking a lot of people, there's actually a reason why there's a lot more shocking going on, right, Sam?
Yeah, my dog's shocking me too. But that is the static electricity due to an imbalance of positive and negative charges, and that is more common in winter.
Yes, because there's not a lot of humidity. We've been seeing these dry dew points, this dry air, and without that, it's easier for the static charge to build up. It doesn't have an outlet to go. The moisture allows the static charge to go somewhere, but it really isn't.
Yeah, so it happens when bodies have extra negative charge,
Yeah.
and that jumps to other objects that are positively charged, like my dog.
Yeah. One thing a tidbit fact that I learned a while ago, and I want to tell you viewers at home, is that if you are pumping gas around this time of the year, don't go in and out of the car, right? Because when you go in and out of your car, you build up static electricity, then you head over to the pump, touch the gas pump, and not a good situation. So definitely something to worry about.
And it definitely sounds silly, like, okay, like, yeah, I'm going to go in and out of my car. But I mean, when it's cold out,
Yeah.
you tend to stay in your car while, you know, you're pumping gas. So that's definitely something to keep note of.
Yeah.
But for now, we are going to take a look over with Michael.
Thanks, guys. You know, we didn't get shocked actually the other night by Georgia Tech. But here's the current conditions right now. Pretty uniform across the entire state. Low 70s here in South Florida, upper 60s in North Florida. Actually, have a 58 here in Jacksonville, which is actually really interesting. But as we go into the radar, you can see the clouds are starting to build in ahead of a developing low pressure system. As I was saying earlier, in the Gulf, that's going to come into the state and really enhance our rain chances ahead of that cold front by late Saturday into Sunday. The water vapor shows you the upper level moisture in the atmosphere. You can see a lot of this green. It's in the upper levels. The lower levels are still dry. That's why it's not raining yet. But the moisture is building ahead of that low pressure system and that cold front. The winds are from the east due to that high pressure system up in the Carolinas, and actually really strong winds down here in West Palm Beach, 23 miles per hour sustained. And 15 in Orlando, but calmer up towards the panhandle of Florida. Now, watchers and warning, due to that east wind, you do have a lot of small craft advisories, and you also have some small craft advisories in the Gulf along Apalachicola towards Destin and Pensacola. And for tonight, 54 will be the low in Orlando, 50 in Tallahassee. The reason why it's not going to be as cold tonight as it was this morning, the clouds are going to act as a blanket, as we've been saying the entire show. So it's not going to cool down very quickly as we really do. For tomorrow, the clouds will remain, and the clouds will be on the increase still. And the rain will increase up towards the panhandle as that front starts to make its approach to the state. And by tomorrow, the entire state will be soaked in the rain. One of those days you want to stay indoors. But you know what's a good idea? Head out to the Tucker Center on Sunday, because our women's team is playing number 5 Notre Dame, the biggest game for our women's team probably in years. So make sure you head out to get the weather's not going to be will not be an excuse for you. It's perfect to stay inside, in my opinion. But now let's send it off to Sammy with a final look at our local forecast.
Thank you, Michael. I will not be going to that game, but it is a good time to bring your umbrella if you are going to that game. I have plenty of studying to do. So let's look at these temperatures since midnight. We actually got into those freezing temperatures overnight. Look at that, 2 a.m. we hit 34 degrees. It was actually a little bit colder even. But throughout the day, we finally warmed up to that 69, 68 degrees, and we are sitting right now at 66, and it will start to go down. But our satellite and radar is showing that cloud coverage coming through, and that will bring some showers to come through the next few days. And some rain associated with that coming too. Our current winds are coming out of the east. We are feeling just some light winds, 5 miles per hour in Tallahassee and Quincy. Wilma, it's a little less. We are sitting about at 1 mile per hour, so just a light wind coming from your east. We also have this rain coming this weekend. So this is the big story coming for your Tallahassee region. Right now, that rain is sitting right in front of that cold front. So it is in that Texas, Louisiana, but it is going to start bringing its way, coming in Saturday and finally into Sunday, 7 a.m. That's where you're going to see the majority of the rain starting to head our way, but it will make its way out. By Monday, we will be totally clear and the temperatures will be a little cooler, but we will have plenty of sun to come as well. And we are going to take a look at tonight's forecast seeing temperatures a little chilly. You may want to bring a jacket. It increasingly cloudy as it is right now, hitting around 50 degrees throughout pretty much the whole Big Bend region. 50 in Perry, a little bit warmer in Apalachicola, but it's going to feel pretty much like the same temperature throughout the majority of your region. So, looking at the men's basketball for tomorrow, it will be nice, 73 degrees. It is a big game. We may have some rain post-game, so you may want to bring an umbrella because that could happen. But so that game takes place at 4 p.m. I will be at that game, and I'm excited to go to that as well. But taking a look at that week ahead, we have some rain possibility, like I said, Saturday, 20%. It will be fairly warm, and actually the warmest you will see all week. But Sunday, 66 degrees, and we have a 90% chance of rain, so that's when all your rain is going to head through. And Monday, some cloud coverage associated with that front finally getting away, but makes way for plenty of sun for the rest of your Monday, Tuesday, into Wednesday as well. Some cooler temperatures and even going into the freezing temperatures by Wednesday. But for now, we are going to take a look with Michael and Dylan for our final desk. What do you guys think about that forecast?
You know what? The weekend actually fits with my plans. I'm going to stay indoors all weekend.
I mean, those aren't bad plans. It's a good thing to do. I mean, we had the sunshine last weekend. This weekend's your indoor weekend. You get the best of both worlds each weekend. Hey, what will next weekend be? Find out here.
Again, we have those two big games, Miami tomorrow, Notre Dame for our women's team on Sunday. There's no excuse not to go to those games if you have a ticket.
It's a basketball central weekend. We hope to see you guys there at the game. It's basketball all weekend, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah,
great
I
days.
know you're excited.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I know.
It's definitely going to be great. But
Yeah,
hey,
I'm excited for different reasons.
It's a beautiful forecast. If we can pull up the forecast to look at that 7-day one just one last time. We see those freezing temperatures on Wednesday. That's the last day we'll see freezing for the next 7 days.
You know what? I think we're finally gonna get out of the freezing. That's been the story for January, honestly. It's just been cold on top of cold on top of cold.
We'd have those really lows in the mornings and then warm really back up into the afternoon. So I don't know what to wear with that. I'd say it's you guys.
It's like wear 5 layers and then I don't know.
You go inside, you shed the 5 layers, and you go back outside. You gotta put them back on.
That's a pain.
But then hey, follow us on Twitter.
Yeah, we had that poll for this week. We're going to have it next week as well. Don't forget about Facebook.
Yeah, and you can also watch us live on YouTube. Shout out to my brother and Andrea for watching right now.
Yeah, also my parents. They always watch.
Hey, all of our parents are probably watching.
Yeah.
And you can follow us on Instagram at FSU Weather. We're all over social media. And there's that 7-day one last time. But hey, beautiful conditions. Great weekend. If you like the indoors, I need a lazy weekend inside.
Yeah, and we're all going to be indoors this weekend. Let's face it.
Have a good night.
Have a good night as well.